Hello, I'm Barry Winbolt, and this is Tinycast. In each episode, I take just 5 minutes to raise a topic, give advice, or just talk about something that concerns our well-being and how we show up in the world. This is based on my 30-odd years as a psychologist, working with individuals and organizations to help people get a better handle on their lives. And here I am to say it's just information. And what do I mean by that? Well, stick around and you will learn something which I think is the most impactful, if that's the right word. It's had the most impact on my life and the lives of many of my clients and people I speak to. It's a very simple little trick, if you like, a little aspect of how we communicate that most of us never think about. And when I say how we communicate, I'm really talking about how, as individuals, we communicate with ourselves internally. Because think about this. The universe, the world, life, whatever you want to call it, is chucking information at us day in, day out, all the time. Most of it we have to filter out because we just couldn't cope otherwise. And also, most of it has absolutely no specific meaning for us. No, it doesn't relate to us. If it's raining, it's not personal. And yet, many things that we hear in terms of our relationships with other people, or see or observe in other people's behavior, we will promptly put meaning to. We'll take that information and we'll make it mean something. And this is the tricky part, because it's that meaning that screws you up, because you start ruminating on it, you start worrying about it, you start judging it. And it's all based on what happens after the basic information hits us, hits our ears, and we take it in through our other senses, and we begin to process it, and we start to turn it over in our minds. Now, I was speaking to somebody this morning that got me thinking about this, because they commented on this, that I'd said this some months ago, and they said it made sense, which is nice to hear. I know it does, but it's also nice when I speak to somebody else and they appreciate the value for them in their lives. And the example I gave was this. There was a vase on a small table near where we were sitting. If you're in America, that's a vase, okay? And there's one of these things you put flowers in standing on this small table. And I pointed to it and I said, look, just imagine that topples over and falls off that table and smashes on the ground. Now, the basic information is, the flower container has fallen off the table and it's smashed on the ground. Now, to me, that is just information about something, a little mishap, something happening. Maybe it means also I got to clear it up, but it's no big deal. To the other person, let's assume that vase or vase was actually a treasured heirloom from their long-deceased relative, and it had been in the family for 3 generations. And they might be very, very upset about that. So the same information hits them, but they put different meaning around it. And that's what causes the emotional response. Now, worse still, if they think somebody knocked the table and did it accidentally or deliberately, whatever it is, there's another layer of nuance, another layer of color to the interpretation. Even more pain ensues from a simple piece of information. The flower container has fallen on the ground and broken. So this is what I mean about just information. Everything that we take in is delivered to us basically as information. It's what we do with it that causes us joy, happiness, sadness, fear, pain, whatever it happens to be. And that mostly isn't a problem. Sometimes it is. Sometimes we start to ruminate, we start to worry, and it causes us pain, unhappiness, or worse. So the beauty of this notion of it's just information is when you receive the information, you then have a choice. If you look at it as information, you have the choice to take a moment to reflect on it and think about how you interpret that information, what assumptions are you making, and so on and so forth. So that's why I say it has so much impact. It gives you a level of control. It gives you a way to intervene in the information that you're receiving if you think that it is sensitive or it's going to hurt you or whatever. So there it is. It's just information. Let me know what you think. This has been a Tinycast. I'm Barry Winbolt. You'll find more on this topic on my blog at barrywinbolt.com. And if you have a question or a topic you'd like me to cover, you can contact me via the link in the description. Have a great day. All the best. Bye for now.